Hi guys, I'm Ken, and Steve is back from college to make us all cry. If you thought Nintendo was the master of using nostalgia to make a little more money and make some sales, well, Nick Jr. has played their ultimate trump card and brought back Steve from college for the Blue's Clues 25-year anniversary. It just pulls at your heartstrings, man. It's so goddamn wholesome, but at the same time, it's also like the ultimate, hey, I'm going to go get some milk, be right back feeling from my childhood. I remember Blue's Clues. It was freaking it was so great. It was like the best. Like, you know, it was back with like Dora the Explorer. It's like back from the 90s, right? This is like an old show. So this is definitely targeting like people, you know, my age. But I remember, you know, Steve went to college. And I remember thinking, but why? And then we had to be left with his brother Joe. And I'm like, Joe, you're not Steve. Get out of here, Joe. Boo. And yeah, it was like the first real feeling of loss I had in my young white privileged life. And I never forgot it. I think a lot of people feel that way when Steve went to college because the show was a massive success and just a real hit with kids, you know, all of us. And then he's just gone. But now he's back. And he's got some stuff to say to us.
Hi. You got a second?
I do have a second. I love how he even stops for a second just so I can answer him. Oh, bringing it back. Oh man.
Okay. You remember how when we were younger we used to run around and hang out with Blue and find clues and talk to Mr. Salt and freak out about the mail.
Oh, the mail, yeah.
One day I was like, oh hey, guess what? Big news. I'm leaving. This is my brother Joe. He's your new best friend. And then I got on a bus and I left.
Yes, I do remember. I do remember when he got on the bus and left.
And we didn't see each other for like a really long time. Can we just talk about that?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can talk about that. Here, this is it. This is when you got on the bus and left right here, Steve. I do remember. The wound is still somehow fresh after 20 years.
I'm going to miss you.
Oh, get that hug, man. Get that hug.
I'm going to miss you too.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget how you helped me find all those clues. You really are so smart.
I know. I am smart. Thank you. Thank you, Steve, for recognizing my mental capacity.
Will you take good care of my brother Joe while I'm at college? Great, because sometimes he needs a little help.
Ooh, throwing the shade on his brother before he even leaves. He's like, you know, can you help? You're pretty smart. Can you help my brother out? Because, yeah, he needs some help. Oh, my goodness. And then Steve gets on the bus. He waves goodbye, hops on, and he's gone. That was it. He's just gone. It was abrupt, though. I don't even remember if there was any lead up to it. I just remember there's just an episode, and he was like, I'm going to college. I'm gone. Peace out. So why did Steve leave? Like, why did he go to college? Why did he leave the show? So apparently, it's because he was losing his hair. After Blue's Clues, I left the show because it was simply time to go. I was getting older. I was losing my hair. You know, it's okay, Steve. There's a lot of great men out there who've lost their hair, you know, like Johnny Sins and Bezos, you know. And then a lot of the original people on the show, the people who created it, were moving on to the careers. Felt like it was just time to go. Yeah, so the show was like huge. It was like probably like even Nickelodeon, maybe Nick Jr.'s like biggest show, like from back in the day. And when people work on shows and it blows up, well, they use that as a stepping stone to other things. And yeah, to be honest, it feels like Steve is gone and never came back, but it's actually not true. There is the Blue's Clues in You, right? There's Blue Clues in You, which is like the revival, like the 2019 revival. By the way, Joe lasted 2 seasons, I think, before they canceled the show. God dang it, Joe. But anyway, Blue's Clues in You, we probably aren't aware of it, or you probably aren't aware of it because, you know, we're older now, unless you have kids. You're not really watching Nick Jr. anymore. But Steve is one of the writers and directors of the show, and he's made appearances. So he's actually been back, but it just feels like he hasn't been in so long. And now you got, like, you know, this post right here that we're going to eventually watch.
Hi.
Where if you feel like your dad just walked back in after he went and got some milk 20 years later, and he's like, hey, can we have a talk? And okay, Steve, let's keep going.
Kind of got up and went to college.
Yeah, you just went to college. You didn't even give me any warning.
I got to use my mind and take a step at a time, and now I literally am doing many of the things that I wanted to do.
Wow. Like directing the show probably, or I don't know, you got to go out there and like live your life without having to worry about me anymore. You know, you got to go out there and live your life. It's fine. I live my life too, Steve. It's perfectly fine. Okay, I grew up. I did things, you know, I did things too, Steve.
And look at all you have done and all you have accomplished in all that time. And it's just so amazing, right?
It isn't. Yeah, actually.
And now it's what? Student loans.
Oh, God,
and,
Steve, too real.
Jobs and families. And some of it has been kind of hard.
It has been hard.
You know?
Yeah.
I know you know.
Oh, so goddamn wholesome, man. It's I feel like he's reading the cue card the whole time he's looking off the screen here, but still, it's like, this is really well done. Like, I don't know, it really kind of starts off like an apology, but it's also like, yeah, you and me, we've done stuff, we've grown, this is great. And also, you know, Nick Jr. here, like they watch Blue's Clues and you on Nick Jr., right? Like this, it's a marketing thing. But I wonder who on Twitter is actually going to watch this show, right? Because of this. I mean, probably a lot of people, honestly. Like a lot of people that have kids now are probably like, oh my God, you know, Blue's Clues is back. Oh, I love this show. Bring it back. Oh, this is a big brain play.
I just wanted to say that after all these years, I never forgot you.
Oh.
Ever.
Thanks, Dad. I guess you can come back into my life. It's fine. It's only been 20 years.
And I'm super glad we're still friends. Thanks for listening. You look great, by the way.
Oh.
Whatever it is you're doing, it's working.
Thanks. Eating a lot of food. But yeah, man. Blue's Clues 25th anniversary. And then you just scroll through here and you're like, it's like, oh, man. It really does hit you in the feels. It really does. Even if you weren't like a big fan of Blue's Clues, like, I don't know, it's so goddamn awesome. Everyone's just like, it's been kind of hard. I know you know. It's, man. In times like Steve left, freaking screaming. Yeah. In times like these, it's nice to have such a positive message come in and really pull at my cold soul, because it has been hard. Growing up is hard. It's very difficult. And shoot, even the move that we've had to Australia, ever since we've moved, I've held it together pretty good, but nothing has worked out the way it's supposed to work out. Like with COVID being the worst it's ever been in Australia right now, and the lockdown's happening, and my residency stuff, everything's backed. I can't even get a driver's license right now because the way everything's just backed up and messed up right now. Even Dane moved recently. Dane's computer's broken. Dane, we recorded a video that was supposed to be for today. That's why I'm doing this one instead. But all of the files got corrupt because Apple computers he had to use one, and they're gross, and they everything. It's just everything, almost everything that can go wrong is going wrong. So yeah, it's been really nice to have like an old friendly face with an uplifting message. Anyway, that's all this video is about. Thank you very much for watching. If today's your birthday, happy birthday. Stay toasty, my friends, and I love you.